Another good one, a best of 5 at the Masters Clash. More Heroes of the Storm, everyone. SoundLess against the Donuts. And this is obviously, since we are in the second half of the season, the second time that the two teams meet. And the last time was a highlight because not only were was Team SoundLess able to take 2 maps of the Donuts, they nearly took them down and won the series. Now they're going to try and pull that off, but we'll see if they can. It's going to be an interesting game one way or another. I really want to see if the Donuts can win this one. And also for the Donuts, I mean, again, this is number 3 against the number 4 that is playing right now. And there's a bit of a gap between the two, that's true. Team SoundLess is currently pulling farther and farther away from the number 5 position in the ranking. But it's going to take a little bit for them to really attack the Donuts. But a big victory today would go a long way. On the other hand, the goal of the Donuts is, of course, to aim for that number 1 spot, since they were one of the few teams that was able to take down the Hardos. So they have a chance to claim the number 2 and maybe even the number 1 spot if they just perform properly in all the games that they have to play in from here on out. And this would also mean, of course, their match against Team SoundLess at this point. So no matter how this ends, it is going to impact the ranking, and I'm pretty hyped for it. We got Hogger, now that Sonya is banned right off the bat. Hogger plus Malfurion as our start. Ixir and his Lucio are already locked in. So this time Lucio made it into the draft and got taken as the first pick. We're in Battlefield of Eternity as our first map in the best of 5 series here at the Masters Clash. And let's see what Lauba is going to take. This is one of those maps where you played a lot of Nubarak in the past, together with Stukov. But, of course, there still has Mei to consider, which he played a lot too. A lot more CC that comes through with it as well. And, well, we get Cassia. Skog on Cassia. Nano P, I could totally see him go for his Liming again. Nano P's Liming is quite solid, and he's been playing it a lot. Now, we have Shamzik on Malfurion. I mean, technically, they could also try to combo someone off with Malf. I mean, Tracer always comes a bit to mind, but we don't see her as often anymore, even with Malfurion. Against some players, she's even banned out, which is kind of sad. I mean, these days you kind of want to see Tracer, right? So we don't have her as often anymore as in the past. Whenever you see her, it's kind of fun. But, well, the ban for the boys in blue. Diablo. No Diablo in this one. Okay. Also, Medivh has so far not been banned or taken. And I don't really see him being locked in this one anyways. But we'll see. Double pick for Team SoundLess. And I want to see what Nano P locks in. Is it going to be Liming or something else? They didn't pick Ana, so there's no boost potential. But you could still try to go at those resets if you are chipping in another damage dealer that can poke them down a little bit. And there she is. Liming gets taken. Yeah, might be Farlander who plays it instead, depending on if they're switching it in the swap phase or not. And we got Sir Ice Cream on Garrosh. Okay, so the front line has been set as well now. Last 2 picks here, Lauba. Are we going to see Mei? Is it going to be a Nubarak? Or are we going to see something completely different from here, you know? I mean, if you're going with a Nubarak against Garrosh, you've always got to be a little bit careful how you're using your tools, because if you jump into deep, you get thrown. Yeah, we get Rutsu and Sul'jin again. That has been a theme for a couple of games already, so it's not the first time that we're seeing Sul'jin. Then again, most of the time they played it against teams that were a little bit farther down the ranking and the ladder, so now against a quite tough opponent. And let's see if Rutsu can stack it properly. Mei again for Lauba, so that's a lot of slows that they now have, and also the speed potential. Nano P withdrawal, and that sets us up for a pretty interesting first game in this best of 5. So guys, let's go. Playday number 11 is going to come to his conclusion today with this series, and Battlefield of Eternity is our first map, so let's start it up without further ado. The Donuts against Team SoundLess, game number 1, everybody. Copenhagen on Stukov, Rutsu on Sul'jin, Skog on Cassia for the blue team, Ixia is playing Lucio, and Lauba is playing Mei. On the right side of the map, we got Hydra on Thrall, and Nano P on Liming, Sir Ice Cream on Garrosh, Farlander on Hogger, and Shamzik is playing Malfurion in the first game of the series. We got our body check on level 1, we got the ether walk in, and the heat transfer once again for Mei. Yeah, and of course we're going to keep our eye on Sul'jin, and he is going to play that out together with Stukov at the top apparently. Okay. That's also an interesting setup for them here. Not going for the 4-man, where he might have a chance to get some easier stacks in. They're trying to surprise Thrall, I suppose. But everybody is signaling that they don't know where the rest of the blue team is just yet, I guess. And it's all about the stacking. Whenever you're playing Suljin, you have to make sure that you're going to get those attacks in for the baseline. That's what they're currently looking for. We have Rutsu and Copenhagen topside. Hydra. Yeah. As long as he can hold on to that, it's kind of fine. But for Rutsu, it's a little bit of an interesting choice, because I expected him to be part of the 4-man so that he has more opportunities to get stacks in, but at least for now, they don't seem to be worried about that at all. Still some rotational plays as the teams are both hoping to catch somebody unaware in the middle of the map and gank up on them to get the first kill of the game. But Lucio is, of course, a little bit too quick on his feet, but this is a nice flank. But it's also getting interrupted. Nice approach, though. Nice approach from Team SoundLess. And as I mentioned before, the last time that the two teams met, it was a 3-2 victory for Lauber's boys, but it was a close call. So this time, Team SoundLess is hoping to decide the series in their favor. Suljin still at the top. And at the bot lane, this one is, of course, being taken. But that's also a kill against Hogger. He got a little bit too excited, and they're stealing the camp away. What? They take the camp. The 4 versus 3 victory at the bot lane for the Donuts, or 3 versus 4 victory, as the top lane also gets controlled. So they take both of the camps. Not bad, not bad. And that is actually really good. Damn, what a start. That's great. A kill plus a double camp. Whew. Look at the experience that they gained through that. They are level ahead. Now, some of this is going to be mitigated. Oh, yeah, maybe kill. Come on, open. He moves out. I would be pissed. I would be so pissed. Copenhagen gets away. Check this one out, guys. They nearly kill Hydra too. But yeah, oh my god. That was more than a little bit strange. So the kill against Stukov just doesn't come together for them. And then we have the setup against Garrosh instead, and he dies. That just feels bad. They were so close to lock the kill in, and then that happens. But now they're moving towards the top again. So Ice Cream, he is not having a good start here, does he now? 2 kills against him already. 3 kills to 0. The Donuts, damn son, they're coming out swinging. Rutsu with 13 stacks on his baseline. That means only 2 more, and he will have the range increase on his auto attack. This is just getting better and better for Suljin. He is on full troll mode right now. So we have them go for the Immortal. Bot lane Cassia is locked into a battle with Li Ming. Rutsu is still being attacked, is getting his hits in. Wow, what a start. What a great opening into the game. So, Farlander. Oh, there's the flip, and there's the kill. Nice, good play. That's how the Ice Cream is going for revenge here. He comes in and takes him down. After losing now several times to the troll, he's finally able to get a good flip in, and that leads to an insta-kill. But of course, at this point, they are on the back foot already. Not only are they lacking the level 7 talent that the Donuts are going to lock in just another moment, but they're also behind on the Immortal in the halftime show, and the death timers are low, so Suljin will be back in just a bit. And they're already on the move. Yeah, we got our level 7 talent now ready, and that power spike is going to be quite nice. Here comes another quick flip against Copenhagen, but they're all still Gucci, and the halftime show is there. To be fair, Thrall and Li Ming, they did a decent job trying to get that. Oh, yeah, well, that could be a kill. Oh, Ixir. Ixir. They go for the Ice Cream, and he gets away this time. Some nice dodges. That fight was kind of spicy, honestly, because it looked for just a second as if Thrall would be a sure kill. Didn't quite work. Suljin, by the way, has his 15 stacks, so the first quest reward is now there. So it's going to be much easier and safer for him to get the stacks together. And Thrall is engaging into this one quickly. He needs to be careful too, because Rutsu is he's not joking around here. He's burning him to 50% within seconds, and now he's trying to take aim at the Ice Cream again. Garrosh, Hogger, the kill against May, but Thrall dies too, and they get another kill. Big kills coming in all over the place as they are chasing and killing them as they can, and boy, are we gonna have some trouble here. 5 kills, a full 5-man team wipe as they're going straight up for the battle. Yeah, that was a big one. I mean, look at that fight again. I mean, damn. They killed everybody. Thrall died, they went for Garrosh, and they took the entire team down. That's 8 kills against 2 now, and Suljin is just wrecking that top lane at this point together with the Immortal. The Immortal just arrived, so the fort is gone. Stukov was at the bot lane for a little bit longer. Even there, the fort has taken damage, and they're moving through the top now. With half a level until level 10, guys, we could see a total disaster topside now. Team SoundLess is falling apart here. They are so far behind in experience. It's 1.5 levels that we're talking about. As level 10 is about to hit, that's a huge advantage for the blue team that could even lead to a keep being taken down at the 6-minute mark. That's insane. 50% on the Immortal, and they're pushing in. There's the wall, and it connects. The timing with the Valkyrie not working out. That would have been beautiful. But they weren't able to make it happen, but I'm pretty sure that they're going to take that keep down. This thing is not going to survive. The keep is gone 6 minutes and 20 seconds in. The first keep is destroyed, and they're continuing the farming. They're going to try and get more kills in. 27 stacks for Suljin. Are you kidding me? Rutsu! Yeah, here's the ult. He's trying to get the kills together, but he needs to be careful that he doesn't die now. Nice ult from Lucio. Well done with the sound barrier to keep the troll alive. Li Ming is down 10 kills to 2. This game is just bananas. 23,000 damage for Suljin. The wall. They're isolating Hydra. Lauber. He finally dies. But this is still crazy. The flip on Stukov, and what a brawl. I mean, please stop kicking them while they're on the ground. This is just mean at this point. With Nano P, he's coming in with the Calamity and is saying, okay, let's end this now. But yeah, with the level 10 abilities that we finally have in the hands of SoundLess, they are now in a position where they can fight back. But boy, that was a stack fiesta for Suljin. He's at 41 stacks. 41! 7 minutes into the game. Boy, that's crazy. This is absolutely nuts. Suljin is gonna murder as the game continues. That's absolutely crazy. So, the next thing is that the fountain in the middle was also destroyed. Guys, the only fountain that is still on the map for Team SoundLess is the one at the bottom right keep. That's the only fountain that they still have. So they don't even have the opportunity anymore to just move into the middle to take the to tap during the objective. Even that has been taken away from them. They stole everything. They took their fort, they took their keep, they took their fountain, their lunch money, and their girlfriend. Everything stolen away. The blue team just ruthless. Now, they still have a level lead. They don't have a talent advantage for now. But yeah, Suljin, he is just working that Immortal. Hit after hit is coming in as the rest of the team is going for the fight. Here we go. Lauber in trouble, but the counter kill against Malfurion. And they're getting even more. Rutsu is just throwing axe after axe after axe. You want axe, you get axe, baby. Oh yeah. 44 stacks for him. There's the level 13, so the talent advantage is in. The Eye of Suljin gets taken. Farlander, he's immediately trying to get out of there. He's like, yeah, no, I had enough of that. Thank you very much. And here we go. Ooh. Another kill. Do they get Farlander? Yeah, maybe. Yes, they will get him eventually. So there it is. 17 kills to 5. Nearly 50 stacks for Stukov. Skork gets attacked. Are they going to try and go for core or just farming? I mean, now they're taking a dump on Team SoundLess. At this point, you really got to think that there's a bit of a psychological aspect to that as well. Just beat them down in game number 1 to an extent where they will never be able to recover from it again. But if that game continues the way that it does right now, then SoundLess needs a break after this map and apply a little bit of aloe vera to all of these burns that they're receiving at this point. Because the blue team, they definitely turned up the heat on them. 17 to 5. The kill count cap at the top. The keep is down here. Suljin still going for the next connect. Still trying to get a bit of additional damage in. Getting those minions destroyed. Looking for the next globe. And of course, getting some freebies here on that front line. Hit after hit, but Cassia is dead. The team is trying to fight back, so Ice Cream is in trouble. Rutsu chases Fallen their way. They missed an opportunity to take the Ice Cream down, though. That was definitely possible. And the interrupt on the Shockwave. Another cleave. Rutsu, he does have his ult back up and could use it if need be. He's still a bit low, but look at that damage. He's at 60 stacks. The guy has 60 stacks, 61. This is crazy. There's the ult, and he gets another kill. They finally take him out, but that's bananas. What is happening in this game? We have 52,000 damage of Suljin, and it's just crazy. Now Lauba is playing this out against NanoP. The ice wall is in. I mean, eventually he's gonna die, right? Yeah, there it is. But holy hell, that is an opening into the game that I did not expect. And the brawl continues. I mean, it's just a brawl at this point. Kill after kill after kill. Guys, we're 11 minutes into this game. We had 31 kills. 31 kills after 11 minutes. Objectives? What are you talking about? What's an objective? Wow. Please, more of that. Just all-out fights. Strategies and tactics went out the window a long time ago. At this point, it is just full phase. They're going full smoke over here. Once again, Copenhagen gets attacked. There's kill after kill, feed after feed. Rutsu with the damage. He gets the big hits in as they're going for another kill. Farlander, he is already trying to get out. So Ice Cream maybe with a flip attempt and he gets it, but this time against Cassia. And there's axe after axe coming from Rutsu. I mean, honestly, our boy here, he's running out of money. Suljin has to buy so many axes as he's throwing them out. It's kind of crazy. This guy is just broke. There's no money whatsoever anymore. 21 kills against 13. I think the game is finally going to calm down a little bit. I mean, eventually you got to slow down slightly. 68 stacks. They go for Garrosh again, but there's another attack. They're just not stopping. That Immortal is still being fought over. And as the game continues, the top lane is going to become a problem eventually for Team SoundLess. Maybe we were still a little bit too early, considering that we're only 12.5 minutes into this one. But yeah, Thrall and his boys, they're dealing with the top now. So they're dealing with it as we speak. Down here on the other hand, May attack the slow Copenhagen. The Immortal gets taken by Team SoundLess, but there's the ice wall, but there's no damage dealer. Sulcher and Cassia are now on their way. Lauba, the shockwave attempt again into the back line. And here comes the troll. Lauba is still alive. Everybody else is low. And Suljin, he has axe. And he has a lot of it. So they take two of them down. They try to go for Farlander down here too. Nobody deals with the Immortal. Nobody cares about the Immortal. And Hoga is pogging out. 36 kills. 36! The Immortal is having some fun at the top, is surprised by it because nobody's there to deal with it. And at the bottom of the map another fort falls, so they're gonna exchange structures, most probably. But yep, there it is. Suljin is at 72 stacks. I mean, it's starting to become a little bit impossible for Team SoundLess to do anything here. As soon as we have the game just like calmed down a little bit and Suljin focusing on the auto attacks and being a little bit more diligent about it, I don't think there's a way for SoundLess to come back if this continues. I mean, the only way for them to take it, I believe, is if the blue team continues to YOLO this a bit and feed kills into them. Because, again, we have two heroes that will just scale as the game continues. Cassia and Suljin. Both of them are going to scale in damage even further, and Suljin's damage is already incredible for a game on this level. Normally you never see anything like it where Suljin gets this many stacks on this level of play. So this is getting totally bananas. Suljin is chunking. He's chunking at this point. 72 stacks at the 14-minute mark. I mean, are you kidding? Now, May isn't here, so they gotta be real careful if they want to engage into this, especially with Ice Cream threatening to flip someone over into the rest of the team. But the scaling is gonna continue. And this makes it nearly impossible for SoundLess to come back, I assume, once that the coordinated attacks are coming from the Donuts. Unless that gives them too much credit. If the Donuts are, of course, now fully in that mindset, where they're like acting like rabbits and just go full on aggro and try to get a bit of more aggression in, then that could always turn. But for now, I would still put my money on the blue team. And here we go. Starting to come in for the camp. More aggression, who would have thought? Oh, Rutsu nearly dying, but instead they're turning it into ice cream. Oh, they can't get the kill. There it is. Stukov gets it, but the shockwave and Thrall, they take Stukov down. The support is gone. Farlander is paying with his life for it. The damage output on the auto attacks of Rutsu is by now just absolutely insane. And as you can tell, he is getting mad value. That last hit easily dropped Hogger. And yeah, it's nuts. It's honestly nuts. I mean, this is getting bananas. He has the double cleave now. I'm just a little bit sorry that he didn't go for his level 7 and stack that too, because he had some serious 4 or 5 man hits earlier in the team fight when everybody clustered up on the side of Team SoundLess. So he could have had some insane stacks on that one as well. 19 versus 18, 40 kills in this first game of the series. And it is all over the place right now. Once again, the attack in the backline, and Malfurion is dead. Cassia as well. Suljin deals with the Immortal. The top lane is getting pressured by a Bruiser camp. The Shaman is about to take down the fort. But down here, they take the Immortal. 4 versus 4 on the map. The ice wall is out. Everybody gets away. Not sure if anybody is able to stop this top side. But down here, the fight seems to continue as Hydra gets attacked. Rutsu staying away for them as much as he can. There's the flip. There's the stun. They go for Mei once again. And here comes the level 20. And now Suljin has the full setup. Can easily go for Zul, but look at this damage! Another kill. Lucio is dead and the red team walks away. They didn't even lose anybody here. It's a 3 versus 4 on the map. Everybody is a bit low, but they just can't chase them down. The Immortal is nearly at full shield and will likely take the keep. 17 minutes in, they're going for the ice cream. Oh, he is so low. You get 2 auto attacks or 3 in and he's just toast. But yep, there we have it. The ice wall again. They're isolating the ice cream. The flip, and Suljin takes him out. Suljin with attack after attack, dodging out on some of the damage. Nicely done, juking Nenopy whenever possible, and just continuing the action here. He can always pop his ult. He still has the ult up. Can use that if need be, as long as he doesn't get stunned out here, and the keep has no chance. They want to go for core in this situation. If he can activate his ult at the core, Suljin is single-handedly gonna take that thing down. I mean, yeah, the shield has to fall first, but he definitely has a shot at making that happen. 90,000 damage and another kill. Malfurion is dead too. They're pushing Thrall into the wall, and the auto attacks, they just keep coming, and Hydra nearly gets chunked by them. Here comes the ult. He went for it, but he just can't get the kill here. Can they go for the core? They might have a chance. It's the 5 versus 3 at this point, and Lucio is now arriving. But yeah, they are just chasing them all over the map, all over the place. All your bases belong to us. They go straight up for Farlander. The shockwave, he saved himself with a shockwave, and Nenopy gets saved by Garrosh. The core is losing the hit points slowly. Rutsu is starting to attack it. He's hit 100,000 damage and gets another kill. Sitting at 95 stacks. What is this, an ARAM? They go straight up for the win. At this point, nobody can stop them anymore. The 1-0 in this best of 5 series with 48 kills on the first map between the Donuts and Team SoundLess. What an opening into this best of 5.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2, Cursed Hollow. Well, we had a special treat in game number 1, I gotta say. 48 kills. And Suljin, you could say that teams were trolling a little bit. So now that we're heading into Cursed Hollow, I expect a bit of a different map. Well, different playstyle on this map, since it's of course a very different map that caters to different playstyles and different comps. You play more around globals, you play more around potential Vikings, I don't know. There's bosses that you can aim for. There's different ways on how you can play this out in Cursed Hollow. Very different from the 2-lane map that we saw in game number 1. But if the aggression that we saw is the name of the game, then hell yeah, sign me up for it. Even Whitemane gets banned out now because Ixer has shown her a couple of times on Cursed Hollow already. So probably a pretty decent idea to make sure that they ban this one out. But yep, there's the Viking ban. I'm honestly a little bit sad that that happened, but it was telegraphed, so well, there it is. It would have been cool though. It would have been kind of cool if they made that happen in another Viking game. I love that the Vikings are more of a thing right now. I really, really like it. They are not overplayed. They're not played too often. They're not played on every single map. But they have a really nice niche where you can play with the Vikings right now and where they become part of the game. But are not becoming like, oh my god, we have to ban them, we have to pick them. So the Vikings are in a fantastic spot for that type of hero at this point. And I really thoroughly enjoy that. We have a lot of heroes that are in a pretty decent spot. Now, again, when we talk about balance patches, as I said in the previous games and also in this one, we still have some that need to be addressed 100%. Hoga, Sonya have to be addressed when it comes to their stats. Uther should be looked at too. And there's a couple of others that you should probably also at least slightly twist. But generally, we have heroes like Kharazim, you know, that make appearances that can be played in certain combos. Illidan is making a bit of a comeback again. And there's a lot of cool stuff happening right now, which I really appreciate because it makes the game a bit more interesting here. So we have Varian, we got Uther on top of that as well. So Sonya could now get a Divine Shield and leap in, or they could stack some additional stuns. With Ice Cream already committing to Varian, we're going to see Uther in the actual in the actual support capacity that he normally has. So there's that. And well, let's go. Chromie. Chromie gets banned for now. With Kharazim, I mean, you want to go for an aggressive setup. So I'm a little bit wondering if we're going to see an Illidan here today, maybe. We've seen Illidan now multiple times. And well, no, in this setup, sorry. Like, looking at the draft that we have from SoundLess, Illidan would be a little bit weird. We have too many stuns against him already. That's not something that he really enjoys here. Abathur gets banned to just make sure that if there is something fishy happening on the blue team side, that it's not going to be too emphasized. So there's that. But let's have a look of what Copen is gonna do right now. Yeah, because Mei at the front line could still be played. The Kharazim pick, this is the one thing that throws me off a little bit, because normally you want to go for dive stuff with him. But okay, they go for globals. So they have mobility on their hero, so they can jump out of a team fight quite easily, and they can focus on the side lane plays with Samura and Falstad. I think the Abathur ban most likely hurt them quite a bit here. Normally when you're going for Kharazim, Abathur immediately becomes a bigger threat, but also if you're playing Samura or Abathur, you can just snipe structures all day, every day. And I think that was a bit of the game plan. Everybody has mobility to move out of a fight and into a fight, so they were probably trying to focus a bit more on the map. Zeratul and Li Ming. And, well, so far so good. So, that's an aggressive setup too. Varian for the taunt, Uther for the stun, Li Ming as she sets it up, Zeratul. And he need to do something, and he can try and farm Falstad a little bit, so that's good for them. But we could see some crazy fights here. Alright, last one. What are we going to get for Rutsu, our boy? Normally I would say Zarya, but with the lineup that they're playing, that's highly unlikely. Lulnara! Okay! Let's go, baby. We get Lulnara. Bambi is in as we're heading into Cursed Hollow, game number 2 of our Best of 5 series at the Masters Clash. Well, let's make it happen. Cursed Hollow, the second game between the Donuts and Team SoundLess. The first game was awesome. It was a bit of a fiesta, it was a full-on brawl, but it was very, very entertaining for sure. Now that we're heading into the second game, we could see something similar. Lulnara as a pick into Zeratul is also kind of spicy, so they're really banking their hopes on the damage over time here, and we'll see how much they can do as the game continues. I expect still a global focus from the Donuts that they're trying to run the macro game. We got Skog on Falstad, Copenhagen on Hoga, Ixie on Kharazim, Lauban Samuro, and Rutsu on Lulnara. On the right side of the map though, we got Hydra on Sonya, so Ice Cream on Varian, Nenopi on Liming, Shamsig on Uther, and Falenda is playing Zeratul. So, this... okay, the bird sniffed it out. That would have been an easy kill. If he moves down there and Varian just jumps on him, even with the barrel roll, he's toast. So, yeah, good stuff. That could have been a problem. The cleave build, by the way, for Zeratul Yeah, the games lately are a little bit different. The focus and the playstyle has shifted a bit, so I mean, not necessarily... Like, we've seen one Void Prison this weekend, and I think we're going to see another one here. Technically, you could go for Void Prison into a Leap even, but given the setup that is being played, going into Cleave and adding a bit more wave clear also to your mix is not a bad thought, just simply because we have too many globals on the other side, and if you don't have enough wave clear to keep up with them, you will eventually just run out of space. And yeah, so you gotta be very careful with this. Hogger is already starting to pog a little bit. We have a very aggressive Team SoundLess that is roaming the map in an attempt to get kills, and so far that has been denied to them. They haven't gotten any of those drops on rotating heroes that they were hoping for. The Donuts playing it a bit careful here. Lunara at the top in particular gets a little bit of a slow over, but still has to dodge out on the spear and does that quite nicely. So Hydra is losing a fair amount of HP. In the middle, Hogger able to get away too. And well, so far so good. Top side, and that battle is going to continue for quite a while. But now that we're having Karazim rotate in, we could have some aggression. If he gets he's trying to bait the fight. But Hydra is already smelling that something is not quite right here and didn't take the bait. So if he moves in for it, he is likely going to die, or at least he's going to lose a huge chunk of his HP simply because the Karazim attack would do a bit too much work. But, well, Varian is joining the battle. By now we have the taunt in for him, so he can start to lock them down. Also a bit of a fight here still in the middle as Zeratul goes up against Samuro at the bottom of the map. And ooh, that was nearly a dead Lauber. Lauber on Samuro this time. Normally the main tank for the team. No Mei for him in game number 2. And with the Siege Giants and them completely holding on to them, they are forcing a rotation of Team SoundLess, and they sent Nenopy and Shamzik both to the top to deal with it. Because so far nobody was able to put a dent into this attack, and therefore some of the structures are taking damage. But still, that was done in time. The problem is that with both heroes rotating towards the top, that means they abandoned the middle of the map, and one of the towers nearly falls to that. So that's already some real nice action from the Donuts as they're rotating around Team SoundLess in order to get some structural damage done. And I honestly think that that's going to be the theme of the game for a long time. Lauber and Farlander, they are playing this really, really close now. I mean, both of them are insanely low in the HP. And okay, here comes the interrupt. He's trying to buy a little bit of time, but they're giving this one up. Lauber survives, the combo doesn't hit him, Hydra channels this one through, and Pogga steals the camp away. Okay, so camp is stolen. Zeratul, yeah, they would like to get him here, but Farlander dodged out on it, and the rotation as it comes in could lead to a kill. But the Unstoppable gets Copenhagen out of the fight before the Ice Cream can drop the taunt. Comes in finally against Karazim, but that's not going to be enough to lay itself to a kill. Copenhagen is still attacking this. Samuro is also rotating over together with Sonya. They're still trying to take the camps. And of course, this is a bit of a nuisance. It's going to slow the near wave down, which means you can attack the mid lane quite easily. And that takes not only the tower apart, but also the gate. Both of them get destroyed. Talking about destroying things, Farlander is going to try and get the kill against Falstad. Doesn't get it. Oh, and a little bit of an A-style over here. No splintered spear. The chicken is down. Yeah, Zeratul, he likes chickens. We've seen that in other games as well this weekend. A lot of farming going on whenever the birdie is in the house. But as I mentioned, not going for the traditional splintered spear as Zeratul falls victim to Lunara at the top. Ixie at the bottom, barely surviving. But we got the choke in Pollen at this point on level 7. And Copenhagen, yeah, he dies. Hogger gets taken out as the Ice Cream engages quickly. Okay, so far so good. We got 2 kills to 1. The experience is fairly even. 1 tribute to 1 as Rutsu is going to complete the channel. Not going to be a problem for him. Needs to make sure that Zeratul doesn't get the drop on him because we have our Protoss Assassin already moving over. Bosses are spawning now at the 5-minute mark, so that's the next one that you have to keep an eye on because there's still a few heroes that could make a play for that. Also, we got the secret weapon again, so they can take some additional structures out. And, of course, for the boss, that's also an important one. And Skork gets attacked by boss and Varian. Doesn't like that too much. Makes it out of the fight, though. Nobody really expected him to be there, so he just can simply tap the fountain. But are they really trying to take this now? That would be a ballsy move, and they're making it... They're starting it up. I'm a little bit surprised, because it's kind of telegraphed. They knew that there were more heroes here, so they're trying to steal the camp away, and everybody's moving in, but Zeratul is still missing. Here they go. They let the camp go, but they need kills. They want kills now. They go for Nano P first, and he's dead. Li Ming is down. The camp still taken. Skorg is pushed back though, and Sonya slam, 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 slam. But there's the barrel roll, and yeah, nice. Goes for the wall and locks the kill in. Great play, and that's another one against Lunara. Nice. Yeah, that's how you get those kills in, and that's a level 10 that they have, and they're pushing that bot lane hard. That Ford is in serious trouble. But check that kill out. That was beautiful. Look how he's... First of all, they're trying to get the kill in, and then he attacks the wall, and the after effect of that drops the target. And of course, now we have 4 kills against 2. They dropped the bottom fort at the top. There's still something that has to be dealt with the Siege Giants, and one of them is still alive. But I like the aggression from Team SoundLess here. They've always been known for it. And it's kind of cool to see the action in this one. Falstad, by the way, has now a good friend. He has Karazim at his side, who with the palm could always save him whenever Zeratul makes a play. Hydra gets attacked, but is not even committing to leap yet. Leaps in! The palm, absolutely perfect though. It keeps Rutsu alive. There's the shockwave. The Divine Shield, once again another save as Sonya is alive and kicking. But there's the kill against Uther, and Varian falls too. The donuts, they are not rolling over to be eaten. No. These guys are coming in with the counter kills. Zeratul, Might of the Narazim, by the way, has only gone for the level 1 cleave. He is most likely going to follow that up with a level 16. And the boss... Oh, Sonya! She gets the kill. Farlander dies. Action all over the place again. This is a little bit reminiscent of what happened in game number 1. Karazim gets traded for Zeratul, a kill for a kill, and they still take the boss. So a net win for the Donuts, and they are on their way towards the top, where they have to contest the tribute, because if they don't, then it's going to be a curse in favor of Team SoundLess. And they gotta hurry up, because Nanopi is already at it, and has to abandon it as Lauba is moving in. But keep in mind that the boss is still pushing the bot lane. Copenhagen, what a gust. Nice. Nicely done. But that's likely a curse now. Now, to be fair, as far as curses go, that's probably the best that you can get. Because that boss at the bot lane is going to make sure that you're not going to take too much damage here. So this is actually not bad. They have to still spread out into the middle and the top to make sure that nothing falls there. But the boss at the bottom might not get as much value as it would usually get, but he's going to stop the entire wave for a long time. Farlander's trying to mitigate that by taking it down quicker. But again, it's not too bad. Now up at the top, they're still soaking all of this, and now it's 5 kills versus 5. You of course have the red team with an attempt to dive and push them back a little bit. But this could have been much worse as far as curses are concerned. Level 13 talents are kicking in just a bit quicker for Team SoundLess. But so far, there's not really any structural damage that has been done. That bottom fort has been destroyed a long time ago. Up at the top, they're defending. And it's not looking too bad. I mean, there's very little that Team SoundLess can do. It's a 5 versus 5, even talents on the map. They had to deal with the boss at the bot lane, so they needed to split Zeratul off, the 5-man. And right now, the curse is over, and it didn't really do a whole lot. It pushed the lanes back, of course, and it helped the bot lane a bit, but that's about it. The leap on Sonya, that one didn't do a lot, and Lunara immediately responds and says, hey baby, I can leap as well. I can do it twice, bitch. What do you want from me? Yeah, there's the palm. Doesn't get procced. Copen. Nice. That's how you play around the palm, everybody. You have to wait it out, and then you can make the play. Check this one out. So there's the fight, and Hogger gets attacked. There's the taunt, and just as the palm comes in, the gust obviously didn't help, but also Li Ming and everybody else on the range immediately moved away from him. Without the gust, maybe somebody would have hit the final spot and triggered it, but they started to move away already as the gust was underway. Obviously, it didn't help, but still, that was nicely done. Varian coming through, getting the kill in. And now we got 6 kills to 5, level 14 for both of the teams. The boss at the top lane that has to be dealt with. Likely going to take another fort down. Team SoundLess is therefore taking the advantage in structures. But we have a fun one on our hands. And they're still looking for the kills, of course. 25,000 damage for Lunara. Rutsu, hoppity hop. Jumping around with Bambi over here. 26,000 damage for Sonya. And Farlander has to use his ult 2 to get out of harm's way here. They couldn't chase him down too quickly. We also have to highlight, of course, that there's not really a lot of CC on the side of the Donuts. That's not really what their composition is supposed to do. Again, they're not playing a proper main tank in this case either. What they're doing most of the time is just trying to get camps with Hogger, trying to control the map, play the macro game here a little bit. And for a big part of it, they had success with that, but they're not doing the amount of structural damage that they were hoping for. Then again, as Samuro scales into the later stages of the game, that is more likely to happen. And Squawk is, of course, with Falstad also going to capitalize on a map that opens up slowly. Here he gets the attacks through with this level 7, with the secret weapon, and they can simply let that tribute slide. They don't need the tribute right now. There's 0 tributes for the red team, so they take the fort, they take it for free. They try to attack Farlander a little bit. And at the bottom of the map, they're still playing around. Another minute until the boss is up. Tribute gets taken. Level 16 is already in. Falset is still holding the top side. But it seems like they're trying to push the bot lane a bit more aggressively. Copenhagen, okay. They're not getting the drop on him, or at least it doesn't seem like it. Level 16 talent now for both of the teams, and that gives us the cleansing touch. That's the most important one right now. Lunara jumping out. There's the cleanse. Hydra, careful. There's the shockwave. But the Divine Shield saving Sonya. Nicely done. A lot of aggression in that fight from both teams. A lot of ults are getting used immediately, but they're still able to survive it. Zeratul is now back to business as well. And they're already on the run. Hydra is even a little bit low here, but they are not able to catch him. But the boss, of course, is going to come up in another 20 seconds. So whichever team gets the next kill has a chance to lock that one in and get some damage. But yep, all the way towards the top side. We got Hydra still dealing with this in the middle of the map. Samuro, of course, doing his thing as well. He's going to be trying to push these side lanes whenever possible. As mentioned earlier, the level 16 follow-up is there for the level 1 cleave that we saw from Zeratul, and he's still trying to put that to the test. Whenever you have the Void Slash, you can really chunk them down quite heavily, and that's what he's attempting to do. Another tribute is spawning, and once more, it doesn't seem like the Donuts are interested in claiming it. Again, they don't really want team fights. They don't want those straight-up team fights. They don't have a main tank here. They're trying to play around the opponent. They're trying to get kills. They're trying to also lock bosses in. They know that Sonya is at the top. They saw her at the tribute, and therefore they go for the boss at the bottom of the map, trying to burn this down as quickly as they can, because they know it's going to be a 5 versus 4 if Team SoundLess engages. But given that they need quite a bit of time to drop the boss, Sonya has plenty of opportunities to rotate down. Now Falset is flying into the middle. They're trying to go for Hydra. And the Divine Shield is baited out. But the leap and the taunt lead to the kill of Falstad. Well played. A beautiful counter from Team SoundLess. But they're all low. The damage output from Lunara is crazy at this point. But as long as they keep them alive, that's an opportunity for NanoP maybe to get some counter kills in. And also get the resets. It's so low. Lunara and Samuro both fall. Ixia nearly dies too. And it seems like it's another curse. And Scratch the nearly. Farlander gets the kill against him. And all of this started with this little engage right here. Check this one out. There's the Divine Shield, the leap, and then the quick turn against the birdie. Falstad is the first one to fall. They flew into the middle in an attempt to drop Sonya, and it all turned against them. And Shamzik closed the distance for the Divine Shield, and it gave Hydra the opportunity to leap in and take them down. So now we got the move towards the top. The curse is there, and this is looking more and more like a tie in this series. Yeah, last time that they went up against each other, it was a 5-mapper. And after the first map today, maybe for a little bit, it seemed like it might not be. Come on, please. Thank you. But right here, it's exactly what we expected as we headed into the series. More of an eye-level play. Now, to be fair, the Donuts and their strategy is a little bit more out there. But it is still, it can be a viable strategy. It's just not working out in the way that SoundLess is countering it right now. Okay. So for now, we have already... in terms of the damage output, 44,000 for Lunara, 39,000 for Sonya as the top damage dealer. And, well, that's a fly. Trying to double check if the boss is taken. I guess technically try to go for a gust. Could still do that. Boss is getting sniped quickly. But here comes Shamzik. They have no level 20 yet. It's one of the reasons why the Donuts are going for that fight in the first place, because it is before level 20, so it's the only battle that they get. It's not a great one, but it's a battle that they can play. Divine Shield is out. Horga is gonna die. Hoga is dead, and they're trying to go for the boss, but it gets stolen. It looks a little bit Monka-esque, but it's honestly the only fight that the Donuts are getting. And they know that the boss is going to go straight up for the keep. So that's the only play that they can really go for. They know it's a bad play, but it's the only one that they can execute. The reason is simple. They had a choice of trying to fight for the boss before the red team hits level 20, or try to fight the boss while the red team has level 20. And they decided to try it first. And, well, it backfired. But it's the only play that was still left to them. Because one way or another, if Team SoundLess gets the boss and the level 20 talent, they will go for the courses and no keep left at the top lane anymore. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now. So they are trying to end the game. The Donuts were trying to stop it best they could, but it just didn't work out. Here comes the Palm. They go for Ixia. Falseid is dead regardless. Karazim dies too. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a game as Team SoundLess ties the series. They lock in the victory on Cursed Hollow. And we're going to head into game number 3 with a 1-1 score between the two teams here at the 11th Playday of the Masters Clash. GG and well done. The series is tied. Volskaya is our third map as we're heading into game 3 of the best of 5. Yeah, so far we had an entertaining one, I gotta say. But on the last map, the idea, of course... I mean, again, there was a little bit... There was an idea behind the draft of the Donuts, but it didn't really work out the way that they intended. Part of it was also the nice counter picks that we saw from Team SoundLess that made it harder to execute, but obviously the idea from the beginning was not really to engage into massive 5 versus 5 team fights, but instead they were hoping to just simply push the side lanes out a little bit, play the macro, destroy some structures with Samuro, use Falseid for similar reasons, and take camps with Hoga. All of that was kind of shut down by Team SoundLess playing very aggressively on the map and invading their territory time and time again, and Zeratul also going for a bit of an adjusted build with more damage on the cleave so that he could match some of the siege damage here and really push these lanes out. And it was a really nice counter from Team SoundLess, because that comp, when played correctly, can work out. So in this case it was shut down, but nicely done by Team SoundLess, and therefore we are going on an even points into the next one. Varian gets banned this time, so no shenanigans around the taunt anymore. We have Uther banned out together with Chromie and Sonya, which leaves Hoga open. Lucio as well, and Ixia is immediately saying like, wait. I don't care about Hoga. If Lucio is up, we take Lucio. Yeah, Rexa and D.Va also other heroes on the side lane that are really, really strong here. You don't have to go for Sonya, for Hoga. So the other two that I just pointed out are just absolutely excellent here as well. And with Lucio already in the hands of the blue team, they have a very, very nice tool at their disposal now. But here comes Stukov, and we see Cassia. But you can see that on this map, the priority of Hoga is definitely reduced by quite a bit. For Sonya, it would have been a different story. We would have probably still seen her as one of the first picks, but not so much for the Fleabag. So right now, it's more also a question if they still want to lock him in at some point, if instead we're going to see that D.Va pick that I mentioned, or maybe even a Rexa, who for that extra stun is always coming in handy. Have to, of course, consider that you're going up against Cassia too, so if you actually pick Rexa here, then you give Cassia even more stacking opportunities, and that can be a problem. We just saw the other day a Cassia with 194 stacks on Volskaya Foundry. Azerite had quite a bit of fun and easily broke through the 100,000 hero damage towards the end of the game. I think he ended it with 130,000 if I'm not mistaken. And that game could have gone a lot longer. I think it ended before the 20-minute mark, so that was impressive in and of itself. Now Rutsu is of course known for his Zarya. That's the reason behind the Zarya ban here. He's quite strong on that. D.Va has been taken, so yeah, Mei also for Lauber once again. And that leads us to the last ban. And then, of course, we still need to figure out what's being played here. I personally think that NanoP is going to rely on his Li Ming again. This is one of the maps where NanoP plays tons and tons of Li Ming. Hoga gets banned, okay. And what are we going to get? Are we going to see that Li Ming pick here? Now, once again, if you're playing Li Ming, you can always try to boost her a little bit more with Ana, which is not the case here. Instead, we have Stukov. So Stukov is more so a hero that relies on stuns. That's the front line that comes into play on that end. And Nubarak is still up. Garrosh is up. So you still have plenty of picks that you can choose here to help Stukov out a bit. But is it the Liming follow-up, yes or no? Ah, Rexa and Ubarak, both. And that leaves us with a damage dealer. They need one more. So we get the Rexa pick, not on the side of the blue team, so Cassia can't capitalize on the extra body on the map. But Skog and Rutsu still need their picks. And, well, what are we getting? Righty. I mean, they still need their damage output too, so they could technically also pick her away. Yeah, Maiev and Sylvanas. Okay. Yeah, we're getting Maiev into the game. I like that too. Triple front line. Good on that. And let's make it work. What does NeoP get? Is it going to be the Liming? Yes or no? I mean, game 3, the score, it's tied. What else are we going to get here? I'm actually a little bit surprised that they're hesitating this long. Normally, I would have expected NeoP to go for Liming and no questions asked. I mean, there's other options too. But they are hesitating for a long time. And it's Falstad. Okay, they go for the birdie instead. Fair enough. And let's see what they can do with this. Need to keep him away from Maiev, of course. Game number 3. Let's see which team pulls ahead, which team takes the lead here. Volskaya Foundry, ladies and gentlemen. Team SoundLess against the Donuts. Volskaya Foundry, our third map. The Donuts against Team SoundLess and Lauba. On the left side of the map with May, we got Skog on Sylvanas, Ixia on Lucio, Rutsu on Maiev, and Copenhagen on Diva. On the right side of the map, Hydra with Rexa. We got Fallen on Falstad. And NeoP on Cassia going for the stacks. Ooh, Mage build. The Gathering Storm right here for the birdie. So Ice Cream is playing in Uberak and Shamzik on Stukov. So, let's go. Commence combat operations. Alright, let's do that. With Maiev in the mix, Falstad has to be careful around that, so we'll see how impactful she's going to be to force these fights. I have a very heavy melee setup, and of course, if you're starting to go around the tether and then you put Mei into the mix, that's a lot of CC that you have on that side. That can really, really hurt. But yep, the Uberak going straight into the Carapace build at the beginning. A little bit of a brawl, but nothing too crazy. Ah, well, maybe. Maybe? Nah, we're not getting that early game kill. Not just yet. Instead, Diva at the bottom of the map going up against Hydra here on his Rexa. And with that, we now have also up at the top side a little bit of a push coming through for Mei as they're starting to attack that right here. Yeah, the interrupts. Yeah, again aggressive. I like this. Honestly, both of the teams are just so aggressive in the way that they are roaming the map. Game number 1 has shown that, game number 2, and now we have a kill for Achilles, Maiev, and Uberak by both. A kill for each team, and this is awesome. This is really great. Action right from the beginning. The bird goes down as well. And Lauba dies too. What is happening here? 3 kills to 2. Full on slaughter. These guys are just going for a mad brawl here. Honestly, one of the best things about Heroes of the Storm was always that you have action just from the beginning. And most of the time, that is forced through objectives. They force you on the map, they force you for some plays. But in this game, at least, we're having even without that. Objectives, screw the objective. Nah, we're just gonna go for kills. And with Falstad flying in, Sylvanas just had no chance here. So she was taken out quickly. And now we have level 4 talents kicking in for both of the teams. Rutsu is pausing the game, and, well, I don't know what exactly happened to them. If maybe someone dropped out, but it doesn't really seem like it. Maybe Sylvanas had some issues here. But either way, that was a very, very strong opening. The thing is that with heroes like Falstad and Cassia, you give them opportunities to stack if you brawl that much in the early game. Which is why oftentimes what you see is players just playing a bit more passive whenever that's a thing. So not so much in this one. 12 stacks for Farlander isn't really too bad. Trying to go up against Ixia right now. But with the level 4 talents kicking in, we are a bit late on our turret camps, but they're still taking it. So normally you want to take these turret camps around the 1 minute mark when they spawn, and then it's afterwards a fight for the healing beacon. So that as the objective is active on the map, you have the camps respawn, and then you can take a second turret. So if you're playing Volskaya Foundry in any other setup, if you're playing it in, I don't know, an Amateur League, maybe even Storm League, make sure that you're taking these camps whenever possible, because an item advantage over your opponent is always a big deal in these fights. So that's what the two of them are now going to try and do. We will see them just snooping in here every now and again to figure out, hey, is my opponent trying to take the beacon, yes or no? But instead trying to take Hydra at the bottom. That one did not really work out for them, but it definitely threatened the life of Rexer. And also to talk about threatening lives, Falstad is starting to get some damage at the top too, and he's going full mage setup here. We have him with a static shield, and we have him being chased too. Wants to go for the barrel roll, I suppose. First of all, we get him with the attack, barrels in. They try to go for Lauber. 17 stacks already for Farlander. Yeah, doing fairly well with that. And let's see what else they can do. Hey, because for now, the stacking is going well. Maybe not so much for Cassie. I mean, it's not bad, don't get me wrong. But it's not like crazy or anything. But they're doing well. So, level 7 talents for both of the teams around the first objective are going to be the focus. So they're going to try to go to the side lane to make it work. A bit of an attempt to sneak in that healing beacon, but that has been shut down since the blue team sniffed it out right away. Falstad is already dealing with the top, as you would expect. But the blue team is slightly ahead on this one. And the birdie still has to be careful with Maiev. She is always going for it. It's kind of funny how all of the melee assassins like chicken. Like all of them. Like all of them are always like, yummy, KFC, let's go. There's a bird right there. So let's supply a bit more of that. And Falstad needs to be very, very careful topside. 21 stacks for him though. And there's the level 7 talent kicking in for both of them. Okay. And with that, we should also get the adjustment for the bird himself. Yep, he comes in with a charged up. Alright, goes into the charged up instead. Also, Misha. Misha alive. Falstad still at the top. He has to take the camp down before he can join the team. Can of course always fly, but Hydra. And he gets stopped by Lauber. Gets stopped cold. There's that. Easy one. Easy kill. And well, easy objective too, because that is the first protector in the game. Alrighty. It's time to make it happen. Okay, that was a bad one, but I couldn't resist. Anyways, from dad jokes to panda plays, Lauber at the bottom of the map is already working on the wall. And that's actually a bit of a dicey spot for the red team now, because they have to defend one lane. They can't defend everything. They have to either defend the bottom wall and the fountain or the top, and so far they abandoned the protector push. It's only the pilot. We are seeing that a bit more recently, that they're not even going for a gunner. Instead, the idea is simply to push 2 lanes to force the opponent to split. And he's active in the middle of the map right now. Yeah, hasn't even gone to the top lane. Instead, slowly but steadily. Boom. 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 Alright, fist to wall, takes it down, 1 destroyed. And here we go. The tether at the bottom as they're trying to go for Rexer. Not quite. There it is, the kill. He can't get out. 5 kills to 3. They're slowly pulling ahead just a tiny little bit. I mean, the stacks in the late game are the big chance to always start a comeback with the scaling, but the problem is really the level 10 that is now activated, because that is a 1 level lead, a bit more than that even, that allows them to dive behind the fort and take the bot lane out, especially since they're running Sylvanas here. That is not a problem for them at all, not even a little bit. So, yep, here we have it. The fort gets taken down at the top side. Farlander is trying to defend and stack a bit further, but they need their next talent, and May has already escorted another wave down at the bottom of the map. They're also controlling, of course, the items now, thanks to the heroic ability. Someone needs to take this one. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants the turret. Okay, there we go. But yeah, Rutsu is moving in. It's a little bit of work done as well. And they might go for the healing beacon now too. They don't have a lot of time left before the red team gets their own heroic ability. But it's still a little bit. Maiev hasn't made a choice on the 10 yet. Falstad goes straight in for the Gust. There's also the Cocoon, everything you would expect. They try to go for the healing beacon and they grab it. Maiev with the cage. They're trying to set it up topside. Now that Fountain is still in, there's the Ice Wall. And they get the kill against Misha. Where's the tether when you need it? They're going for an NOP. Okay. Down here, Farlander. He's at 26 stacks still. Didn't really have a whole lot going for him in the last team fight. And the blue team is already posturing up pretty nicely around the gate, taking that down as they take the tower and go for the kill against Cassia, which they lock in easy peasy, 6-3. And that, of course, threatens the fountain now even further. Nice. Yeah, really nicely done. So, well, there we have it. Bam, another quick hit. They go for Shamzik. Sylvanas makes it possible. The big dive. They're popping everything. All the items on the ground, the turret and the healing beacon. They get the easy kill. They're even looking for ice cream here. They might have dove a little bit too deep, but Sylvanas is even committing to the Wailing Arrow. There's the wall that zones him out. False stat on the run. And Hydra. They get the kill. Wow. Farm City once again. 8 kills to 3. A 2-level lead now. The Donuts are so aggressive today. Seriously. It's kind of nuts. They're really aggressive as hell. I mean, the entire series has been aggressive. But they are diving so hard behind these structures. And Sylvanas, to a big extent, makes that possible, of course. Because she can just disable that. But, whew. There's some spicy performance that we're seeing from the Donuts here now. Alright. Yeah, if that continues, the Donuts have to rename themselves and call themselves the Bagels, because that is some serious hardy spice play that we have from them. 8 kills to 3. They're not taking any prisoners today. Well, at the bottom of the map, we got Farlander. Global is, of course, allowing him to at least push these lanes out, and they will need that as the game continues, because at the current pace, they're going to face catapults sooner rather than later on pretty much every single lane, and if some of the keeps get destroyed, then that's going to be even more impactful. So those globals will come in quite handy. Given the fact that they lost every single fort, even at the bot lane, this is not a good look for the red team. They're losing way too much ground here, and therefore also all the fountains that they have, which is another big issue, because it simply means that you won't have a fallback option anymore to tap a fountain after an objective fight. And, well, for now, what do we get? We have still Rutsu trying to flank in. Misha is always sniffing this out. Misha, you loyal soul. Yeah, Cocoon was also being used, but he blinked that one out. Okay. Maybe we can have another look at that in just a second. Farlander with a gust. And, well, can they finally take one down? Ixia is in a bit of a corner, but he makes it out. Farlander, 200 HP. And he gets away. Alright. The attack is in. There's the tether. And bam! Stukov down. Boy, these guys are so kill hungry. And in the meantime, D.Va has taken the objective all the way up at the top. Yeah. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Now, as they keep pushing here at the bottom of the map, they have to be careful still, because they're a little bit low in HP. But of course, it's a 4 versus 4 here, and the top keep gets pressured by D.Va and the Protector, and they get another kill. Cassia is down, and oh boy. If Heroes had a surrender button, Soundless would be tempted to press it at this point. Yeah, they are taking everything. The ice wall is in. They're jumping in a little bit deeper. Again, look at the minimap. The top lane gets still pressured. Top lane gets still attacked. Lauba is... Lia has nothing. They are running out of mana. They're running out of hit points. But they still get the kills. What the hell? Seriously. And check this one out. Keep a look on the Cocoon. Keep a look on the Cocoon attempt here. They're coming in. Misha comes through. Cocoon gets shot by Nuburak in just a second. And gets dodged. Really nicely done. So, Cocoon completely avoided. Nicely done. That starts all of this off. And they're trying to go straight up for the core right now. 46 stacks. I mean, it's insane. That's a 10-minute game on Volskaya. Are you kidding me? This is just nuts. The Donuts with a 2-1 lead against Team SoundLess. Okay, it was a quick one. Volskaya Foundry. I gotta admit that that was one of the fastest Volskaya Foundry runs that I have seen in a long time. I think we had a faster one at some point, but ooh, that was 10.5 minutes or so. And they ended the game, and wow, just wow. So, the Donuts with a 2-1 now. Team SoundLess is gonna try and fight back here on Dragonshire and force the 5th map after all. Last time they were able to do that successfully in the last best of 5 series between the two teams. May gets banned out, so they're finally done with Lauba and his May shenanigans. Then on the other side, there is Rexa getting banned as well. No Rexa for Dragonshire. The king has been banned out, everybody. The king of Dragonshire is not going to see any action here today.
Hail to the king, baby.
Yeah, can't have him in every game. Anyways, Sonya also gets banned out, so that doesn't really come as a shocker. That leaves us with Hogga, that leaves us with Uther. I mean, there's so many heroes that you still want to ban out. Some of the other ones, other games before, we've seen pretty much every single support in the book targeted. This time, Lucio at least gets eliminated, but it leaves us with Stukov, it leaves us with Brightwing, which is good on this map. It leaves us with a potential Hogga pick. You can still go for Meldiv combo if you want to. Uther is up. It's kind of nuts. It's a little bit crazy here. So, off we go. Well, what are we getting? I mean, honestly, with this many good heroes up, you really have to think about your double pick. And Hogga, I guess that one was a safe lock, but there comes Stukov as a support choice. Keep also in mind that SoundLess has actually taken Uther on the side of Sir Ice Cream. So currently it seems like they're going to play him as the main tank, but as we've seen in previous games, you can also still play him as the main support. So if they feel it, then they can just simply swap him over into the hands of the support and just draft a different style. It's a little bit reminiscent of the times when ETC could be played as a side laner and as the main tank. In HGC, we had that as an early pick a lot because it kept you very flexible throughout the draft, and then you could react to what your opponent was doing and either play ETC with Echo Petalons on 7 and the stage dive on 10 to play a bit of a side lane and a pseudo global, or you played him in the main tank position. So Uther sometimes finds himself in a similar spot because it gives you the flexibility to either play him in that main support role or as the main tank, which we see a lot more often when Uther gets taken these days. Sylvanas and D.Va. Even the ban on our boy Varian. They're not risking anything here. They don't want to go up against any kind of setup where you can just fall victim to a Varian roaming the map or anybody else and just locking kills him. But I still want to see what exact style the Donuts are going to play here. Okay. Jimmy. First one to get banned out. Yeah, and time to party. I'm especially interested to see what Rutzo is going to play again. Rutzo is all... There's certain players simply on all of the teams that are more so in the flex role that are always a bit of an X factor for the team where you can feel like, okay, they are going to really put their mark onto the game with their choice. We have Muradin in. Okay. Stormbolt into Stukov Lurking Arm. And Copenhagen again with Samuro. Could we see an Abathur maybe even? Not so sure about that. Very unlikely, honestly, looking at the lineup. I don't really think that's going to be a thing. I have to admit that the days when you had Samuro and Abathur coming through as a tag team and a bit of a cheese were always kind of fun because the double Samuro on a keeper or fort in the late game are just absolutely incredible. But here comes the double pick, the final one for the red team, as we got Kira for Farlander and Brightwing. Pointed her out a bit earlier. The global is really doing wonders for you here. And off we go with the last pick of game, or the fourth draft here. As it's technically possible for the Donuts to lock this one in, and again, a victory with a 3-1 would go a long way for them attacking the number 2 position in the standings and the number 3, and the number 1, which is of course the eventual goal. Everybody wants to make it also to the offline final, which has been confirmed for July 11th. 10th and 11th in Paris. And here comes Alarak. Okay, let's go everybody. Game number 4. Let's get this party started. Dragonshire, the 4th map in the best of 5 series here, the Masters Clash. Game number 4, the series continues. The Donuts with a full melee setup as they're going up against Team SoundLess. So this time, I mean, again, it means that you are in a position where you have to really commit to fights when you engage into them. You have to commit. You can't just simply poke it out from a distance and then be a little bit wishy-washy about it. And for that, you need more range damage. Copenhagen is playing Samuro. We got Rutz on Alarak, Skog on Hogga, Ixi on Stukov, and Lauber on Muradin. Now, combos like this can definitely work, but again, once you're falling behind, you are a bit in trouble because you have to heavily commit to any battle, and if it turns against you, you're likely to lose multiple heroes. SoundLess with Hydra and D.Va. So Ice Cream on Uther, Nenopi on Sylvanas, Shamsig on Brightwing, and Farlander is playing Kira. Alright, so, well, with all of that said and done, a little bit of a brawl in the middle. There's our trio. They're going for the setup, and the Stormbolt hits a minion. Wah, wah. Lauba with a miss. Copenhagen gets out, but they're still looking for a kill. They just can't get it. Double support, of course, also makes it a little bit more difficult. Lulba already jumping out of the fight. We have slight adjustments also in the level 1 abilities. First of all, we get the low blow here, so lurking our build could be continued on level 7, even if you're trying to go for the growing infestation here. We have on level 1 the Way of Illusion this time for Samuro, slight adjustment too, and the Stormbolt set up for Muradin to complete the baseline and stack the level 1 a little bit harder. Hogger is pogging it out, easy peasy, and Farlander and his boys are going to sniff that out. There's a lot of money pick action happening here as well. I don't think he saw him, but it doesn't really matter. So the camp gets taken. Hogger does what he does best. He takes the camp, and they're also working on the Siege Giant camps at the bottom. And again, this could be another spicy one. You could already tell right from the beginning of the game that they're going for a little bit of aggression here. We have at the bottom the... Yeah, talking about aggression, right? They invade the Stormbolt, and... Nano P gets out. Here comes the Lurking Arm, though. And Kira... comes in and takes Stukov down. And they're going for the kill against Hogger, too. Skog is in trouble. And with trouble, I mean he's dead. So the camp gets taken by Team SoundLess. The double kill is there. The Donuts, so far, their aggression paid off quite nicely throughout the series. But now they might have overreached just a little bit. The double control is there for just a few seconds, but it won't be for much longer. At the top, Stukov is trying to do his thing. Stormbolt down here is in. Rutsu was waiting for the cooldown, and is still getting some hits connected. And now we have Kira moving in too. So Farlander, he tried to connect, but couldn't quite. It could have been dicey though. But yeah, level 4 talent now for the 2. And here comes the attack against the Ice Cream. But Brightwing is part of the party now and is starting to get this set up. Sylvanas pushing the top, and there's the kill against Alarak. Alarak is down. They're running out of mana down here at the bottom of the map, but top side, that's a lot of damage. And Copenhagen is not only in trouble, he's also starting to lose structures. He can't hold on to all of this. And the bot lane gets also stunned out. Stukov is dead. Guys, this is Team SoundLess stepping it up big time. They want to go the full distance again. They want to go to game 5 once more. And right now, things are looking good. Nano P, he's doing what he can. They're going for Skog again. That's another kill. It's 5 kills to 0. Yeah, the 5-man melee setup that we see for the blue team is now in real deep shit. As I said, if you stomp your opponent, if you roll over them, you can make a draft like this work. You have more hit points, you have more CC in general, and there you can really have an impact. But once that you fall behind, it's going to be much harder for you to really come back. Once that talent tiers become a thing, you're looking at a setup in which you will always have to commit to a battle, and you might just lose the fight. Now they get at least a kill against Brightwing, but the Fruit Fly dying doesn't really do too much for them. Now that Trashwing is down, we still got the Dragonite in the middle. He has wings too, and he has a battle axe on top of that. I mean, ask me what you think, what I think is better. Obviously, the thingy with the battle axe has a hammer too, or something like that, right? No, there's only one. That's a little bit weak sauce, honestly. I think he could dual wield for sure. If you are a mighty dragon, you should be a dual wielder. Probably lost the axe or gave it to Muradin or something. Like, I don't know. Muradin is always asking people if they want axe, so I don't know. That's Suljin, whatever. Anyways, so we got 1 kill to 5. But the leading experience is still there, and of course not only is the top 4 already gone since they dropped this earlier, which is going to make this battle super difficult since this is all eliminated, but we also have at the bottom of the map the wall opened up, so that's another thing. But yep, there we go. Hydra eats the Stormbolt, more stacks for Muradin. Okay, Brightwing is helping out, and here comes the party. Rutsu dodges the damage, but Lauba, he ain't that lucky. He is dead. The dwarf is down. At least he completed his quest, I suppose. But Candy King Muradin is a thing of the past. That skin is creepy anyways. Pedo Muradin, always trying to give the little kids in the Nexus candy. So yeah, not really a fan of that particular character. I mean, honestly, Blizzard, what were you thinking? The only thing missing here is the windowless van as a mount for that skin. I don't really know. So yeah, that went a little bit too deep for me. Either way, now that we got our next battle happening, it's a camp that gets taken. The red team was already thinking about stealing the Siege Giants away, but they couldn't quite make that work. And I don't know, Falender goes a bit deep here. Gets the Divine Shield, they got the ult, baby, and they're using it. There's the kill, there's the double. And they are wreaking havoc. That's the power of having heroic abilities before your opponent does. We saw it in the last map for the Donuts, now we're seeing it right here for Team SoundLess. I mean, look at this one. They come in, the Unrelenting Strikes are ready, the Divine Shield helping out. And then, of course, they're going straight up also for the Emerald Wind, and it just destroys the Donuts. 8 kills to 1. The fort at the bot lane is destroyed. The fort in the top lane is gone. Yeah, and the blue team is trying to salvage what they can. It's, I don't know, it's a little bit spicy. It's a bit difficult for them to make anything happen here. But yeah. For now, we got at least heroics in for the Donuts, so that gives us the Haymaker. Is that the moment where they abandoned the game? Haymaker for Muradin instead of the Avatar? Well, they could try and get them out, I suppose, of the fight, trying to knock someone out here. We'll see what he can do with it. But that's definitely a bit of an aggressive stance, and I'm not so sure if that's going to work out. To be fair, they're not that far behind the experience. It's not that bad. So we're getting a little bit closer to it. And there's the Admiral Akbar move. It's a trap! But Farlander is not falling for it. And here comes the cavalry. The Stormbolt connects. Uther! Ooh, how much wood can a woodchuck chuck? If a woodchuck could chuck wood. And Uther with the Divine Shield. Shamzik! And Farlander eats another Stormbolt, but there is immediately the cleanse, and here comes the Haymaker! And they're controlling it beautifully. The isolated Kira doesn't stand a chance, and here's the follow-up. 1 down, 2 down. Yeah, Uther was the first target, and our little woodchuck was able to move away initially, but dies after all later on in the battle. 8 kills to 3. Got another attack coming in for the Dragon Knight, I suppose. The blue team, they are sniffing an opportunity, or smelling an opportunity to maybe take this one. So here we go. Ixia is going to take this. They're trying to play it out in the middle. Hydra the only one that's ready for an interrupt. We got 5 versus 5 over here. The Haymaker to create space. Nice. Space created with the Haymaker, and that allows the Dragon Knight to be taken. Awesome. Awesome. I like it. Yeah, well done. So Lauber, they're trying to isolate heroes now. The Haymaker, they're creating some space with it as well. 8 kills to 3. The Dragon Knight ends up in the hands of the Donuts. And as I said before, they weren't that far behind in experience to begin with. The problem for them is simply the structures on the map. They have lost 2 of their forts already, and they're trying to work around this now. Still a bit of an attack here in the middle. Rutsu, he could be the one with the combo. Comes in, hits the double with the silence. Emerald Wind, Lauber moving out of harm's way too. Sylvanas jumps out. And the attack down at the bottom for Sir Ice Cream again, but the stun comes in. Oh, that Wailing Arrow. Whew. Nanopi, you need glasses, brother. That was a bit of an anticipated move from Rutsu that never came. Uther goes down again. And here we are. Once again, the play... Oh, I was in the mid lane, by the way. Yeah, Skork and Hydra are playing this one out, but the fight at the bottom... Shamzik! And the Fruit Fly is dead again. Unrelenting strikes! They're trying to turn it on Lauber! Lauber! And they get another kill. The Donuts! 6 kills to 8. All of a sudden, they're gaining the momentum here. Yeah, they made it happen. Told you, when you have the melee set up, if you commit to the fights with the hit point advantage and also the CC, you can win these battles. It's always a problem if you fall behind too far, but as long as they are not behind with an entire talent, it's kind of okay. Now, they still need to deal with the structures, but they have taken a lead in experience, so for now it's not that big of a deal. And they can really run over them here if they continue that play. They are very, very aggressive with this now. And already we're seeing SoundLess fall back a little bit. They're playing this a bit more passive. It's not that aggressive stance that we've seen previously. Oh, look at Lauber. What a nice guy. He comes in, he sees them taking Siege Giants, and he says like, let me give you a hand. Let me give you a hand, boys. There's a Stormbolt, I'll help you out. Oh, Farlander. Whee! Swinging around like a little kid on this one. Once the chain connects. And they go for Lauber again. Muradin! He's gonna pop Avatar any second. Oh, wait. Okay, so Muradin is dead. Samuro was still pushing the side a bit. They're 3 kills behind now, but level 16. Soon TM. Now, the fort is down. They at least were able to take the fort, and now with the level 16 talent, it seems like Team SoundLess wants to get the camp. That might be overreaching just a little bit. Right next to the fountain of the opponent's team, without Uther being there. The explosion, yeah, they should get it. Oh, and they get the kill too. Nice! Yeah, that 16 kicked in a bit later than I expected it to. So now we have 6 kills to 10, and the red team is reclaiming the superior position in the game. Nicely done. Alright, good for them. So 16 versus 16 talents, and it's time for another Dragonite. And nobody's gonna interrupt this one. Farlander is giving it up for, well, Ninopi, Diva. How does a mech turn into a Dragonite? Must be magic or something. But yeah. I mean, the thing is shrinking, right? They need to make this a little bit bigger, I think. That makes no sense. But anyways, with the DK... Oh. Team. Haymaker did, by the way, nothing in that case. Oh, and the quick turn on Hogger. Hogger gets taken, and goodbye. Yeah, things hurt a little bit. Alarak dying earlier, took down the Sadism stacks. Now Hogger is dead as the fight comes in. They were trying to go for an isolation move, but of course by now we got the will for the Forsaken. Stukov is also dead, and that's the last fort that just fell. So after the donuts, for just a moment, looked like they might be able to bring it back. They're now falling farther and farther behind, at least on structures. And they're only on half the amount of kills in this game too. We got 44,000 damage for Kira, 30,000 for Alarak. He's still the top damage in the game. Sorry, for the blue team. Not quite in the game here. When it comes to playing again, as they're coming in with another Haymaker. Not this time. And that keep is toast. That keep is down. We're 12 minutes into the game, and the first keep is already dropped. And that's not all. The bot lane and the top lane are both getting pressured by catapults too. Now, that's not going to do too much damage, but it's still going to at least drop some of the structures a little bit lower if they don't take care of it. So yeah, one of the towers over here is a bit in trouble. Bottom of the map is a huge chunk of experience that Rutsu is now about to be picked up. But, well, there we have it. Yeah, so far so good. Team SoundLess, they're working on that 5th game. They want to go the full distance. And they're inching closer to it by the second. But I keep my eye on that experience advantage of Team SoundLess, and I gotta say that it's not really as huge as you would think it is. Look at the difference in minion experience here. That's 7,000 minion experience. That gap is insane. Considering that we have 12 kills to 6, and therefore a huge lead in hero kill experience for Team SoundLess, that is quite something. There's Diva with the Divine Shield. Uther is dead. The blue team, they're looking for the kills again, and they get them. Diva down, Uther down. They want more, and they're likely gonna get more. Sylvanas is pushed back, and now they're just focusing on Kira. The Ragdoll gets scattered across the map. And the Donuts, they are fighting for this one still. And with the big lead that they have in minion experience, the advantages through passive experience and heroes experience are not really that great anymore for Team SoundLess. But can the Donuts capitalize on these plays? That's the big question, because they are inching a bit closer to grabbing another Dragonite and maybe even taking some structures down. But let's not forget that they lost every single fort and a keep. So now finally they're taking one additional fort down at the bot lane, but in order to equalize the position on the map a little bit and not fall victim to macro games in the long run, they have to do more than that. Death timers, as they increase, they will help them, but they gotta do a bit more. Sadism for Alarak is not looking too shabby either, by the way. He's at 140. Died earlier and lost it, but since then Rutsu has been stepping it up again. Yeah, they come straight through the mid laners. They're trying to take another one down. There's a double camp at the bottom, by the way, that is already destroying the wall. 41,000 damage now for Rutsu. 41,000 damage at this point. And they are going for the DK. And he has it. The Dragonite. 15 minutes into the game. 15 minutes into the game. They're going to go through the mid lane, take the fort down, move down to the bottom, and try and drop that wall completely. Kill would of course be nice. Nedobi gets kicked away, and here comes Muradin. Yeah, but that Stormbolt, that one didn't connect. He has 37 in total, so it's not too shabby. Get some extra damage in with that. And here we have the level 20 talents finally for both of the teams. Team SoundLess, they are upgrading to Redemption. They got the Intensive Winds and the Silent Killer. Is it me or are all these talents named after farts? I mean, seriously. I mean, Team SoundLess in and of itself is already a big indicator. Then you have the Intensive Winds and the Silent Killer. We all know that the silent ones are the worst, but I think at that point they're really overdoing it with a double entendre over here. Anyways, 9 to 12. Dragonite, they weren't able to go for the key, but at least they did a bit of damage. Here comes Kira, though, with a quick connect. And, yeah, the ping pong play. Hoga with a ping pong, but he needs to be super careful now. Goes for the shockwave, and they just murdered Sylvanas. Absolutely murdered here. The girl had no chance. The ping pong play first and foremost, and then the shockwave straight to the face. Now we also got Rutsu nearly dying, but he's only low. He's not dead yet. And instead they're going for his ice cream, and that's another killer. Yeah, yes. Here we go. Now he's gonna be back. He's gonna pull an Arnie, but Kira is dead too, guys. What the hell? What the hell? What a game again. And coming in for the ice cream, Uther, he came back and he's just dying once more as they're moving down to the bot lane. Check this kill out, by the way, against Sylvanas. Have a look at Sylvanas here. Bam, 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 and goodbye. He didn't stand a chance. And now they're going for the keep down here at the bottom. And of course, they might even follow that up with another play for core, if they think they got enough time to make the play as we speak. But yep, seems like they're eager. They're coming in for it, and they do the damage. 60,000 on Kira, 58,000 on Auga. And I'm not sure if they can take it down, though. Here come the Intensive Winds. Copenhagen, they're trying to go for Hydra, and they get him. Diva down. Do we get the 5th game? Can Team SoundLess somehow save this one? Or will it end right here as the donuts are starting to drop the core? 15 seconds for Uther, only one for Kira. They gotta back off. 88% on the core, they can't go for it. It's too much. They don't have enough damage here. They're still missing a couple of their heroes. Alarak dying, of course, also reset the sadism, so that's another small problem for him. But, yep, there's that. Woo! Spicy! And of course, there's catapults here in the middle now, too. Let's not forget that one team fight that gets won by Team SoundLess would still lead to a potential victory for them. The red team can always move through the middle and go straight for core. So this isn't one yet. The donuts are ahead now, but this isn't one yet, especially since the Dragonite just got taken. So the question is, how do you play that out now? They need to try and stop that early. With a 5 versus 3 situation, the Dragonite is an easy lock, so that was never even contested, and they're trying to meet it early. They're trying to attack it as early as they can. Oh, yeah, no isolation against Rutsu. As long as they burn it down quickly and don't allow it to go to the core, they're going to be fine. And that's more or less what they're attempting to do here. Yeah, Alarak is already sitting down at the side, making sure that nobody can flank in. That, on the other hand, yeah, goodbye Ixia. That's a kill. What a punt! Ixia is dead, and they go for the Haymaker. Wailing Arrows even thrown out. They're trying to go for Lauber too. 5 versus 4. That was a nice setup from Farlander on the Dragonite, but I don't think that it's going to lead to the game ending just yet. They might get the keep though at the bottom of the map. They might get that. Yeah. So 14 kills to 15. We had 48 kills in game number 1. Now we're at least at 29. I think it's more or less guaranteed that we're going to at least hit the 30. But yeah, they're trying to at least get the keep out of this one. And the blue team needs to be careful they don't lose anybody. There's the Divine Shield. Lauber, the dwarf on the run. Ah, with the rewind. He gets it. No, he doesn't get away. No. Lulba. Oh, the Haymaker. Get away, damage. Get away. Be gone. Hawker. Oh my god, Brightwing and Kira are both dead. Diva gets attacked, Nadopi rushes out. What a fight. You gotta be joking. 5 versus 2 on the map. So Ice Cream eats the Stormbolt straight to the face. They're going straight up for Uther and they drop him once more. Nenopi, he is completely isolated down here. Uther will be back with Redemption, but they're still looking for the kills. They want the kills, and guys, they're gonna get the kills. The only question is, are they also gonna lose someone? And I guess the answer is no. 5-man wipe. as the Donuts are on their way to victory. I guess we're not going to get that 5th game after all this time. It's a 3-1 victory for the Donuts. In total, we have 35 kills in this game, and that is it. What a series. One of the most kill-heavy series that we've seen in a while, and the Donuts with a well-deserved victory as they lock in a W on Dragonshire and a 3-1 victory in the best of 5 here. GG, and well played.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.